This game should not need an introduction. This is Halo 3. Arguably the greatest Halo game ever released. And this game will always hold the title of having one of the most successful releases in video game history. Now, this game was released all the way back in 2007, and that makes me feel old. But within 24 hours, this game's release earned over $170 million. It had 1.7 million pre-orders, and by the end of 2007, 8.1 million copies were sold. And bear in mind, this game was only released on the 25th of September, which means it only had 3 months until the end of the year. Now, Halo 3 completely smashed entertainment records at that time, and it's been regarded as the game of the year by so many. At the Spike TV Awards, it won Best Multiplayer Game and Most Addictive Video Game fueled by Dew, which I don't know what that means, but it also won Time's Game of the Year, and IGN themselves chose it as the best Xbox 360 online multiplayer game and innovative design of 2007 with a Metacritic score of 94 out of 100. So it's quite clear this game was revolutionary for its time. And it starts like this.
They let me pick. Did I ever tell you that? Choose whichever Spartan I wanted. You know me. I did my research, watched as you became the soldier we needed you to be. Like the others, you were strong and swift and brave. A natural leader. But you had something they didn't. Something no one saw but me. Can you guess? Luck. Was I wrong?
This ain't good. Damn. How far did he fall?
2 kilometers. Easy.
Stay sharp. Gorman?
His armor's locked up. Gel layer could have taken most of the impact. I don't know, Sergeant Major.
Radio for Vito. Heavy lift gear. We're not leaving him here.
Yeah, you're not.
Oh, crazy fool. Why do you always jump? One of these days, you're gonna land on something as stubborn as you are. And I don't do bits and pieces. Where is she, Chief? Where's Cortana?
Don't make a girl a promise if you know you can't keep it.
She stayed behind.
Corporal, make it quick.
Sorry, sir. Your armor's still in partial lockdown.
Now that still gives me chills
Look up
to
here,
this
sir.
day. I was only 8 years old when this game was released, and I'm actually surprised to see how good the graphics look, even after all these years. And I don't know how they do it, but Jesus, the music is incredible. Apart from the unbelievable storyline, I genuinely think it's the reason Halo's so well known, because every single gamer knows exactly what game it is when the theme tune plays, which is massively important if you want to build a long-lasting, memorable game. And the Bungie team already knew that, because now this game is ingrained into my brain whenever I hear that theme tune. Now, I don't know if anyone agrees with me, but I have to confess, these cinematics that have been playing whilst I've been talking, they have me absolutely mesmerised. I'm blown away by the fact that a game made in 2007 has cinematic graphics that look this good. But There is a massive difference between cinematic graphics and actual gameplay graphics. So, does Halo look as good in-game as it does in its cinematic scenes? The answer is absolutely. Now, there's not many that do it quite like Halo does. I mean, look at that. It's absolutely unbelievable. Look, the sun flaring off of the water. The way it fights through the gaps of the trees to bring sunlight in. Look at the dust hovering in the same sunlight. I mean, there's only one word I can use, and it's breathtaking. And with some games, it's quite obvious the cinematic scenes don't come close to the actual gameplay. Because, in my opinion, that's really bad for the player when you actually want them to be immersed in the storyline you're trying to create. And I mean, listen to this howling. Just listen. It moves when I move. That is crazy. They also do a fantastic job of setting the scene. Like here, with the alien ship flying over you, you almost hold your breath so that they don't spot you. Now, as well as its unbelievable visuals, which I will stop talking about eventually, there's also its unrivaled attention to detail. For example, they've even animated the soldiers climbing rocks to get a better vantage point. And I know that sounds so simple, but for me personally, it just completely adds to the immersion and gives more life to the game. The alien commanders also give orders to the other alien soldiers, which I think is another pretty sick and immersive addition for the game. And now's a perfect time to talk about the combat. And man, is it fun. Now, around the time of Halo 3's release, I feel like shooters were made to be fun pick-em-ups. And what I mean by that is that the combat is really easy to get used to, which is perfect for the console gamer that plays maybe 5 to 10 hours in the week, unlike modern times where most gamers would call those rookie numbers. And I say the combat is easy. That's until I tried playing multiplayer. Okay, he's not dead. Okay, sound. Oh no. Am I dead? I'm uninstalling. Come on, he's out in the open. He's out in the open. Now, I am making it look like I got smashed. And it sort of does look like I've got no thumbs. But, okay, most of the people that play this game have played it for years. And it's their favourite game to play. Especially the ones that are still playing it to this day. There's no beating them. But when I used to play Halo, I never used to play it as good as this. I used to just play cat and mouse with my friends on a private lobby. So I think it's just best if I stick to the campaign. Hang on. You want to see the final kill death ratio? Why? It's only a game. Fine. You happy? Okay, let's move on. So, let's talk about the storyline, and the game starts off with Master Chief crash landing to Earth where his allies find him and they suspect him to be dead. But a dramatic grab of the arm and a one-liner moment happens to all the soldiers' surprise. And I forgot how much of a beast Master Chief actually looks. Like, he's massive compared to the others. But anyway, he takes a crystal chip and he places it firmly back into his head. This is where his allies begin to make sure Master Chief is in tip-top condition for the fight ahead. And this is another really cool integration that they've done for the game, because you're controlling the head movements when he asks you to look up and down, and I just think it's a cool moment. But all of a sudden, Master Chief spots an invisible character moving behind his friendly forces. He bounces into action, ready to stop a possible attack, when he's stopped by Avery, who tells him the alien is actually friendly.
Come on now. Got enough to worry about without you two trying to kill each other.
And again, it's another cool scene. But anyway, the Covenant, or the aliens, have already begun an invasion on Earth looking for something called the Ark. Now, the Ark is capable of triggering these things called Halo rings, and if used all at the same time, they would completely wipe out all sentient life in the galaxy, which is obviously something we don't want to happen. But all of this stems from a prophecy of the aliens' religious beliefs, which means Master Chief and his allies have to find it first if they want to save the galaxy, whilst also looking for an important AI companion named Cortana, which when playing the campaign is the blue woman who Master Chief keeps seeing flashbacks of. Now, the storyline is definitely one of a kind. But for me, I just found it too short. Like, the actual story only takes around 8 to 10 hours of gameplay. And even though my girlfriend tells me it's not the size, it's what you do with it, I was left feeling like I wanted more, and I'm sure my missus can relate to that. But for those of you that think it's a good feeling being left wanting more in such a heavy story game, I mean, I'd personally disagree. And even though I felt what the creators wanted us to feel at the end of the game, I personally wasn't satisfied, and I feel like there could have just been more done based around what actually happens to Master Chief while he's in space. But I won't go too heavily into it, as most people may have forgot how the game actually ends, which I won't spoil in case you want to play it back yourselves. But if you do happen to have a different opinion, please comment below and let's start a discussion. But I do think it's time we move on to our replayability rating. So let's give a quick TLDR of what we've already covered earlier on in the video. So let's start with the graphics. And they are absolutely amazing for a 2007 game. The shadows, the lighting, the ambience, I mean, just look at that scene. It's just really well done. And the only other game that springs to mind that has this level of quality is Gears of War. Now, let's move on to the combat. So, the combat, in my opinion, is really easy going. In single player, anyway. You can literally pick it up and play. But the multiplayer aspect is something else entirely, with a really steep learning curve. But the positive is that the multiplayer is still active to this day. Let's move on to the story. And I personally think the story is very well written and does a great job of keeping you hooked through most of the game. But the story is only around 8 to 10 hours long, and some missions do feel very repetitive, where I feel like you're backtracking quite a lot, and the ending just isn't to my personal taste. So I'm going to personally give this a rating of 4 out of 5 clams. And my question to you is, what do you think? Do you think this game is a 5 out of 5 banger, or are you a Halo hater and you think it's a lot worse? Either way, let me know down in the comments and we can have a discussion. Thank you very much for watching the video. I really do appreciate your time, and if you have any suggestions for any games you would like me to cover, please let me know. And hopefully, I'll see ya in the next one.